Yeah everyone, it's Toby Ross here, and today I'm going to be breaking down my new free download called Ashes. It's up on my SoundCloud now for free, so you can go and cop that. I'm doing this for the Love Shack Sound hashtag spread and tell challenge, so big ups for getting me involved. This is what the project looks like. I'm going to play a snippet of the tune, but I'm going to do it through my actual computer because my CPU's bugging out.
It's a lesson you must learn. Play with fire, you must get burned, 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 burned.
So yeah, that's basically the tune. So this is how I arrange my projects. I always group things, so I have my intro in a group, bass, vocal, effects, kick and snare, percussion, you know. It just really helps with workflow, and especially like if you want to know where something is, like quickly in your bass bus or in your kick and snare bus, etc. It's just really easy to find where things are. You can also add effects to the buses itself, which is good for like mix downs and stuff. So start with the drums. So like I said, I have my kick and snare in a bus. I have my percussion in the bus. So all together they sound like this. So yeah, like I said, just kick there, snare there, really simple, sort of standard drum bass, kick snare type tune. But I'll change it up and have 2 kicks, then the snare, like just adds variation. Processing wise, just standard stuff, EQ, transient shaping, camel crusher, just like the compressor on just brings out the volume in the sample a bit more. Same with the snare, really, EQ, camel crusher, transient shaper. Then on the bus I just have saturator and a limiter. Into the percussion I've layered a break here, and I've processed that to fit well with the rest of the percussion and the kick and snare. It's got a crash there, and then some hats. I have a sample of the think break here, I believe. Yep. Just adds like with the more jungle sort of flavours to the tune. I've got an open hat here. Before the actual drop I've got this break. It really helps with like the emphasis on the drop, making it hit that a little bit extra harder. I've got this sample of just a glass smash there, again just adds like emphasis to the drop. Here I've got some rides that come in after the 8 bars of the percussion. Yeah, so after 8 bars of the drop I'll bring in these rides. Pretty much, yeah. And also a bongo hit here. Then the bongo hit just carries on into the second 16 of the drop. So yeah, that's pretty much the drums all sorted. Let's talk about the bass. The bass is just very sort of bog standard foghorn type tune, I guess. So that main sound is this sound here, which I actually made in Serum, and then I post-processed, got EQ, Camel Crusher, FabFit Saturn, and then this auto pattern is what I've added to it that gives it the sort of the movement. So without that, and with, yeah, it's a stock plugin in Ableton, so it's sick, yeah. Obviously layered that with a sub bog standard. This is a wobble that I put in. Made it in Serum again. Really simple patch, just detuned 2 sine waves pretty much. And then added soft clipping on the saturator. This is what gives it that sort of bit of extra grit. After that I've got this old school sort of warp bass thing. You hear it a lot in old school jungle, and I made that in massive. Again, like a really simple patch. So a square wave, low pass filter, and then like an envelope on the cutoff. Really basic sort of sound design. And then obviously added the post-processing like that. Wait, no, also I've got the 808s here that come in after every 8 bars. And that's again just made it massive. Bit of saturation, sidechain to the kick, camel crusher as well. Then on the switch up here, all I've done there is I've just decreased the rate on the auto pan. Is what gives it that sort of slower movement to the sound. So that's pretty much it for the bass really. Only a few sounds in there, sort of the main sound, main synth, the wobble and the warp bass, and then the 808s at the end. So in terms of effects, just really basic rises, falls. I like to incorporate lots of jungle effects, so like this effect, these sort of effects I really like. Effects like these, and then obviously the big ones. It adds a bit more character to the tracks, and especially gives it sort of that more old school flavour. This little thing here is something that I actually made myself, and I have it in all of my tunes. It's just helps with like giving a signature sound as well, I suppose. And then that's pretty much it for the effects really. I have the falls after every 8 on the drop, and in the intro on every 8. A layer 2 rises on top of one another, pretty bog standard sort of stuff. And then in terms of the intro, and that kind of just repeats throughout the whole thing. Really basic intro. I've just got these atmospheres that I've sampled. I just got some like jungle sounds, and then also some like wave sounds that you can barely even hear. It just adds a bit of texture. And then the main sort of melody is a pad that I've just put into a sampler and then processed, and then obviously made the melody to fit with the key of my track. So yeah, that's pretty much the tune, to be fair. Really basic stuff. The vocal, sampled the vocal from the Going Is Rough, really sick tune, a really famous reggae tune. Lots of tunes I've used the samples from here. Yeah, I just sampled the main. Play with fire, you must get burn. I've just done that really, you can see what I've done. I've just cut out the burn, and then after the 16 I've slowed it down a little bit to go. Again, just like helps with development of the track and keeps it interesting for the listener. That's pretty much it, to be fair. Quite a basic tune really, quite bog standard. But yeah, it's up on my SoundCloud for free download, so you can grab that. And hopefully by watching this video you've maybe learned something new. But yeah, big ups, Love Shack Sound for getting me involved. Sweet.